Hey guys, how's it going? Hasn't been too long since the last review, but we are reviewing the first of, well, she's not number one, but she is the first of the wave that I am reviewing of the connected build Beast Boy wave, Donna Troy. Normal box, got the name Donna Troy, Titans, Donna Troy on window, front, of course, and in the back, you got a big old Beast Boy and all the figures that are in this wave. And I hope they make more Titans. I mean, there's Arrowette, there's Starfire. If you want to go into live action Titans, you have Hawk and Dove. I forget her name, but it's another magical character that's a part of the Titans that is a part of the modern version of the Fabulous Five. I forget her name right now, so I apologize for that. And of course, many other characters that are just needed to be made figures of. So that was just me taking a drink real quick. So to get into her accessories, she comes with the 2 arms for Beast Boy. The reason why I decided to get that I wanted to go after this version of Beast Boy is simply because it at least shows off his powers a bit more and shows that he can actually do something. Because it's kind of hard to do a figure of him to transform into an animal. It'd just be way too complicated. Maybe one day we'll have the technology, or maybe there is already out there. I'm not just talking like Transformers. I'm just talking like fully normal human looking transforming into an animal of any kind. And maybe one day we will, but today is not this day. So I'm going to go after this Beast Boy. She comes with her sword. Wish it was a bit more silver, but it is nicely detailed. It looks like her sword. A giant one at that. Wish she came with a shield, but other than that, I'm fine. At least she came with a sword, unlike Wonder Woman. Or at least the one that I have. You got a nice picture of her, and then on the back you got a nice little bio which reads, Donna Troy was a valiant hero in every iteration of Earth's reality. She has fought injustice in the Teen Titans and their adult incarnation, but her origins have radically shifted in every instance. She discovered the horrific answer. She was not an Amazon, a human mystically empowered, or even a small girl raised and modified by the Titans myth. After the return of the original Kid Flash, Wally West began unraveling malicious alterations of the time stream. Donna learned that she was not even alive, but a construct of clay animated by magic, an Amazon golem created to destroy Princess Diana if she ever went rogue. Do with that what you will. I don't really focus on that part, like that version of her origin story. Not because I don't find it interesting, but just because, I don't know. It's kind of like the idea that, she was just Wonder Girl. And, she's become my, 4th or 5th favorite DC hero. So here she is. This is just one of her looks. So, of course, she's best friends with my favorite hero, Nightwing. And that definitely has helped her. And that's part of, I think, why I liked her so much, because she reminded me of a lot of my friends who are female, and they've just always been there for me, and they've been like a sister. So that's kind of why I think I like her so much. Man, her one side is crooked. Okay, cool. And so I've always liked that, just like with Wally and Arsenal being kind of like, brothers to Nightwing. Of course, Nightwing also has like many literal brothers to a point, obviously adopted, but nonetheless, here she is in one of her many outfits. Of course, you got the classic stars on the leg and on the sides, the big old boots and the gauntlets. You got the armor shoulder paddings, which is definitely more of a modern thing. a nice texturing and sculpting throughout, which I don't know if you can see all the sculpt lines, but pretty good. And then her head sculpt. This is one of the few angry head sculpts that I really like. A lot of times with angry head sculpts, sometimes it looks a little weird, or it's one of those things where maybe it doesn't look bad, but it's not the only face you would want. I don't know what it is that they just can't accomplish that. I'm sure it's some sort of thing that is way above my seat of knowledge. So yeah. But I actually really like this face sculpt. She looks angry, but she also looks like you could do a lot more things with her, since it's not complete anger. Could you, of course, say, well, I would like a more neutral look? You could always say that, but for me personally, I like this look. So it'll be fun to have it. And for and so yeah, and then of course, one of the biggest improvements they made with this figure in particular was that it is easy to get things in her hand. They've been working on that, and I cannot be more grateful, because it's been a while, but when I got that, the Jon Stewart figure, he's a great figure, by the way, but trying to get that minigun in his hands, although it makes it a really hard grip, it's barely movable. I had to really work it in there. I know some people would be like, well, that's why you're supposed to heat it up. Yeah, well, I don't really know how to do that, and I was able to do it anyways, and I'm not going to ever probably take it out of his hands. So it's fine there. So, but yeah. So let's take a look at her articulation. She cannot move up at all. This is the only downside to this hair. She can look down, and if you do it the right way, she can turn, and that does actually look pretty good. I would still be kind of worried though, because I'm sure it's stressing the neck a little bit. Her shoulders can move out that much. These don't hinder it too much. Of course, you can rotate them all around, but you can't because of this, and she has the usual hinge inside there that kind of acts like a butterfly if you do it right. She has double jointed elbows. This, I mean, the usual risks of you do it. It's just me, which is cool. You could either make it go up and down or in and out, but of course, you also have swivel. But out of the packaging, just so you know, the fist, actually, both of them go up and down. So she can crunch due to the two joints that she has, that far forward and that far back, go side to side, and both can swivel independently of each other, because she's got a joint here and she's got a joint here. So it can tilt. So yeah, and then she can kick out that much. She can kick back that much. She can kick out that far. She's got double jointed knees. Ooh. Yeah. Some of her joints are a bit tight. And then you got the usual ones, just like the hands, the bottom of the feet, where you can either go in and out or up and down. But she does have swivel at the bottom of the feet. And of course, she has toe articulation. Oh, I didn't even notice that before, actually. Not the toe articulation, I always knew that. But there's stars on her boot. I mean, I imagine there would be, but I didn't even notice that on the figure. So, shows you how, observant I am. See if we can get her to stand. And they gave her kind of better heels to actually stand. They gave her more of a boot. I had you standing for a second. Could you please stay standing? Okay. That's about as good as you're going to get. Oh, and of course she comes with stand. So let's get some comparisons. We'll start off with, I guess, some Marvel Legends, since they're right next to me. We will compare her next to another, well, teen turn young adult hero. There's Spidey. Honestly, I could kind of see that this would actually make sense if you're doing a crossover, you know? I feel like Spidey would be kind of shorter than her, but that's just me. And then there she is next to Namor the Submariner. And then next to Studio Series Soundwave. Ooh, she's actually taller than. Nice. Then, of course, we will compare it to Ironhide real quick. Who is really tall, tiny. And then, of course, we gotta get some DC going. So I need to compare it to the obvious ones. So first, we will compare her to Wonder Woman. They look great next to each other. And this sword could probably work in her hand if you want that. But I'm not changing it because bias. There she is next to Nightwing. And those look good together too. And then there is one other Nightwing comparison. For those who have viewed this channel longer, I'm sure you remember this figure. Here she is next to the DC Essentials Nightwing. So, and this is the standard DC Essentials male buff, so if you just wanted to see that in general. But that is the Nightwing that she's probably going to be in a Titans team with. I know he's not like the best Nightwing figure. Well, I mean, he's not a bad Nightwing figure, but I know compared to like McFarlane, you might not say he's the greatest, but I like him too much, so I want him to be a part of a display. And then, of course, since he's right here, and since these two have worked together, here he is next to Donna Troy. Here is Jason Todd next to Donna Troy. So yeah. Oh, and then I guess should do at least one Star Wars comparison, right? So we'll do the last one that I did, which is Grand Inquisitor, who is quite tiny compared to her. So I don't even know where I'm going to put her right now. I don't have a display for the Titans anywhere. So far, she may just end up in like the Justice League display, just because I want a place to put her for now. But I'm really glad to have her, and I can't wait to get the rest of the wave. I'm super excited to get Raven and Arsenal, because Arsenal, I also grew up with Arsenal in Young Justice. And then I really am excited to see what they do with other ones. I want to see, Tempest and the new Aqualad, although he's not exactly too new. I've also grew up with that one. Hawk and Dove, you go into the live action stuff, and Starfire, and I should have compared her to Cyborg. Oh well. But because Cyborg's probably going to go on the Titan display. But I hope you enjoyed this review. I know this review may have seemed a little wacky. Part of it is because I had to refilm these a couple of times because I didn't disconnect my earbuds. So, and I didn't realize it. So, but yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, like, share, and comment, and I hope you do subscribe. It's just a random teenager reviewing figures. But if you did enjoy this, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.